Hello and welcome back to my messy desk. So I told you I was gonna film a video of turning that eyeshadow palette into a watercolor palette, but I did nipsey and forgot to film it. So instead, I'm just going to tell you about it. This is my traveling watercolor kit, and it's pretty boring right now, but I think I'm gonna paint this to look like something else. And I opened it up and see the paints are really cracked. That's just because well, except for this one. This one's not cracked at all, and I don't really know why. I think that's just because the paint I used and because I didn't put enough of it in. But that's okay. I mean, it still works if it's cracked, so I don't really mind or anything. And then I have two brushes. I don't know if you can see that. I have two brushes. This one was already broken, so I figured might as well. And then this one I never use, so I figured I might as well just add it. So now I have like a round one and a flat one. So yeah, and then the only thing that is really weird is, like, look at this, and that one right there is barely cracked, whereas the red is super cracked. And I think that's just a consistency thing, because I noticed the dark red didn't come out smoothly at all, and this one right here, this was the smoothest one to come out, and next to some of the blues and greens seemed to just come out more smoothly when I was pouring them. And I was thinking I could possibly just pour some more in to fill in the cracks, but like honestly, I don't know how much I'm going to be using this travel case, so I don't want to waste a bunch of color if I'm not going to be using a lot, so I'm going to test out first and see if I like it. I like the colors that I picked. I thought specifically about the colors, like I use rainbow colors a lot, and then I wanted a couple different skin tones, and then I meant to get gray, but I ended up getting black, but I mean, they essentially work the same. Another kind of mistake I made, oops, this come out, when I was doing this was, the case I had some writing on it. As you can see, this is not pure white. The case had some writing on it, and I thought I could just wash it off with some acetone, and that worked somewhat, but it didn't work completely, and I didn't realize I didn't get all off until I started painting it. And yeah, so what I did, I should probably explain that eventually, was I took the palette, and I took all the eyeshadows, and I just carved them out with like a pin, just a regular old pin, and then I washed the case with just soap and water until it was clean, and then I took my tube of paints and I poured just enough into the tube, or into that, so that it would fill the space, which it really didn't take that much of the paint. Like, my paint tubes still look completely full, just because these pans are really thin, like not very thick at all. This probably won't last all that long, but that's okay. So yeah, and then I filled them in, and then I waited for them to dry. After that, I painted this white, and I did that because when I go to paint, I'm going to want a spot to mix colors, and I thought this would be a good spot since it's already a blank space. And so I painted it white so that I could tell the colors. Because sometimes, like, if you notice, especially like when you have them in black, it's hard to tell what color it is. Like these darker colors here, like it's really hard to tell which one it is. I know which one they're in because I organize them myself and put them in order, but like I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between these two blues, typically. This one is aquamarine and that one's, I don't remember what it's called, I think it's Prussian blue, but like, anyway, yeah, that's what I did to make into that, and then I snapped this one, and I kind of thought it wasn't going to work out very well, but like honestly, like the way I hold a pencil, I clench up really tight usually anyhow, so this works for me. And then I also sometimes paint like this, and so it's not like it's hitting my finger at an awkward angle. Like if I push down a lot, it would, and it would stab me, and I wouldn't like that, but I clench up so much on paintbrushes that I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference. But anyways, yeah, these aren't completely dry yet, but that is my watercolor eyeshadow palette. And I'll probably write something pretty on here eventually, or just write watercolor palette because I'm generic like that. But anyways, that was it, so stay shiny.